Welcome to Meet the Voter, episode 29. This is the second part because we have a Meet the Voter meetup tomorrow at 9 o'clock. Bob Phelan is with us, our consultant from Central Valley. He's got a poster up today from a Gold Star mom. So very good. Very good.
I actually had 3 Gold Star mothers. I presented certificates to them today. And, like I said, you meet the greatest people at the absolute worst of times. And anybody who thinks that by talking to a Gold Star mother about the sacrifice their son made, eased any of her pain or their pain, you can't do anything, Bill. I mean, all you could do is try to honor the sacrifice. And I also gave them, I don't know if you could see this at all.
Well, they can't see in the podcast, but a recognition, yeah. You know, the 3 of them, that's a lot. You're up in Ione, I understand today. Anytime I see a license plate in Nevada here, they have the Gold Star license plates. And anytime I see that, it's usually a parent, it seems, and your heart goes out as you drive past because you think of the pain and suffering.
It's a family member of someone who has died in certain country. And we need to acknowledge those people because they're the reason we're able to do these podcasts, be able to express our opinions, to go down to Southern California and riot and burn an American flag.
Did they burn a flag this up down Costa Mesa or up?
Yeah, they burned a flag down Costa Mesa. Yeah, it's a
American flag.
Because this is it's for the American presidency. It's not for President of Mexico. We need to have someone who actually puts America first, and whoever it is, they need to put America first. And for someone to think that's a reason to become an anarchist and to riot and to burn cars or to attack people, property, police officers, the thin blue line which separates us from anarchy, that they have it all backwards. It's idiotic. And these are all young people who, I guess maybe it's their job opportunity to get funded by George Soros or whatever. They're getting their $10 or whatever an hour. I don't even think he pays minimum wage, but they're paying them to be anarchists and to hate this country. That's ridiculous.
What I saw of it, first of all, taking a step back, early in the week, we spoke on Monday. We had the elections on Tuesday. Trump swept. He did better than expected. He got 62% in New York. His lowest was 55%, which has really set him up now for going into Indiana.
I thought
Trump. In the meantime, he's already out in California.
I thought Trump was going to be capped out at 40%. They kept saying, gee, with 16 guys running, he's got 27%. The most he's going to cap out at is 35. When you have 16 people in a race, to get 30%, 25% is huge.
Right.
And now it's 60%.
And interesting, he went to Costa Mesa, which is the hub of Orange County. You've got Santa Ana, which is 85% Latino, right next to Costa Mesa. And at the fairgrounds there, they had one thing that I noticed is I saw a lot of Mexican flags on American, this is America, not Mexico.
Right.
And I think that works in Trump's favor.
The families of these, I'll say American citizens, I'm going to assume that the protesters, the anarchists are Americans. But if Mexico was so great, why did people come to this country to flee the corruption, the lack of opportunity? And why would we want to turn where we have the land of the free and the home of the brave into what they left? I just don't understand it, Bill.
Okay. So what I want to do is let's go on a little bit more and go over this, but let's go back at a couple talking points that you would recommend for Trump as we progress on. We were talking about this is definitely, quote unquote, political and a talking point. So how does he handle these types of protests? What's he do to win in California? And what happens? Do these protests help him or hurt him?
Oh, they help him. They help him 100%. Because the bottom line is he's inside saying, I'm fighting for you. Those people outside are fighting against us, against our country. They don't want to have borders. They don't want to see the Americans put back to work. And this is where I get frustrated when I look at the African American community, and they've supported Democrats for 50 years who have done absolutely nothing for the betterment of the quote unquote African American black community. And why would you continue to support people who have done absolutely nothing for you? And since Obama has been in office, we had 80 million people who were not couldn't find work. And now we have 93 million. My question is, how many of that additional 13 million are women? Probably at least 50% plus. So that's 6.5 more women are out of work or given up. How many of those are African Americans? What has a Democrat administration done for the black community? Those would be just my question. And if somebody could show me where a Hillary Clinton's going to do better, I think this is one thing where it transcends race. I think Trump really means it when he said he's going to put America back to work, and he's going to focus on the inner city of putting people back to work, getting them from welfare to work. When 1 in 5 families, Bill, have members who have never worked a day in their life, we have problems in this country.
Well, I will say that I think in the last 2 weeks, Trump has actually really been presenting himself well on the campaign trail, the way he's been talking. He's still Trump, but he's bringing some, he's politics or some presentation, different types of presentation skills into the agenda. He's still standing firm. And I do believe that one of his cards is still that he's still an outsider. I mean, they're trying to paint him as an insider, but he's an outsider. He doesn't have, he's self-funded. He's
an outsider and a fighter. And we need somebody who fights for this country. We need that Rocky Balboa moment where you're running in Philadelphia up those stairs to say, enough is enough. Let's put America again back to work. Let's make America great again. And now with May 1st coming up tomorrow, I wonder how many of these little leftists, these anarchists, are going to riot across the country. Maybe it's going to be a beautiful day. And the day we need to watch out for is, I realize that June 6th is the official D-Day. June 7th will be the D-Day, the Donald Day, when he gets the nomination. He nails it down on June 7th.
California, June 7th.
He'll nail it down across the country. You have about 4 other races going on then, but he'll nail it down in California. June 7th will be D-Day, the Donald Trump Day.
Yeah, interesting. That's an interesting way to approach it. So going on, that's the 2 big things this week as we head into tomorrow. So tomorrow at 9 a.m. Pacific, we're going to be up on Live and Blab. You can go to meetthevoter.com and find the link. I might change that link tonight. I got to check how many people have signed up, or I'll keep it there because I want to move it over on to Meet the Voter. But that said, tomorrow should be an interesting conversation. We'll have Dr. Nicholas Hernandez, yourself, and whoever else jumps in there of our big group.
Be 9 o'clock Pacific time, 12 o'clock East Coast time, probably 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock Scotland time. And the one thing that's great is with this election cycle, Trump now has over 10 million votes. More votes than what Romney got in the entire 2012 cycle. It's a massive amount. He has 3 million more votes than Cruz and probably 7 million more than Kasich. And so when Kasich says, I should be your nominee, you have 10 million people who come out to say, it's Donald Trump is our guy. And Bob Dole, Bill, and we were there in 1996, Bob Dole, through the entire primary process, received 8.4 million votes. And Donald Trump's already over 10 million and counting. He'll hit 12 million before this is over.
This is definitely a campaign like you've never seen before. Now, let's finish up. Let's think about Hillary for a second and Bernie Sanders.
Can I vomit
we didn't really
now?
talk about that side. What's going on over there?
Well, she's going to get the nomination, but crooked Hillary's still going to be in deep trouble because the issues that are against her are still there. She's not trustworthy. She shown the fact that she's not willing to stand up for women when her husband is a philanderer. Not even the philandering part, but the fact of what he did, and for her to facilitate and to help him in the cover-up where he has done these terrible things to women. I think that almost disqualifies her. And as Trump says, Hillary is playing the woman card because that's all she has. She would get 5% of the vote probably if she were a male. But if she goes, vote for me because of the fact I'm a woman, don't look at my record. Don't look at the Wall Street and the money that people have bought me. Don't look at the Clinton Foundation and all the money I received from the Middle East, which, of course, is going to have influence on her. And I think she's a really failed candidate. And I think Donald Trump, if he goes one-on-one with her, I think he defeats her.
Was that this week that the discussion of the woman card came up? Was that right after New York?
Yeah, well, that's when Hillary's they're doing fundraising. They're saying, oh, we have the woman card. Well, then why don't you put an I on it and say we have the idiot card too, because those are the people who are voting for you.
Is she doing that? Is she actually playing that card?
The women card. Oh, yeah, they're doing it for fundraising, sure.
Wow. Well, anything else? We'll see you tomorrow. Remember, everyone, to come over into Blab, meetthevoter.com, and we'll get more and more people as we build this little announcement each week on iTunes.
And we'll take no prisoners. We will take
no prisoners. You know what I should do? I should go over, as we finish up here, there's a way I can play this on Blab. Let's go over and play it on Blab. Just flip it up for tomorrow.
Yeah, just have some fun. Life is good, Bill.
All right. Don't go away. We're going to cut off the recording now. See you guys. Say wave.